All right, welcome to Esoteric Lectures. I'm sure many of you have been wondering where we are and what is going on with us. And today is the day for us to explain ourselves. So we are here to give a channel update and let people know what's been going on. I know a lot of people have probably had a lot of questions wondering, where the videos are at, what's going on with the channel. We haven't seen too much. We have been paying attention to the comments. So today's the day to explain what's been going on with us and give everybody here a channel update with what's new. Of course, I'm here with Johnny. Hello, Johnny.
Hey everybody, this is Johnny Midnight as always, and yeah, today we're just doing a little bit of a housekeeping video just to let you know what's happening with us and where the channel's going to be going in the future.
Yeah, so first things first, reason why we've been away is, of course, we've had our own lives to live. We've had, the holidays happen, so that kind of was one of the main things that throw everyone out, even though that's no excuse. That took us some time to take a break and realize, kind of gather our thoughts in light of things that are going on the internet, which I guess will be the first thing, Johnny, is we'll just kind of go over internet developments recently and, certain things going on with YouTube, and that seems to be an ongoing issue that we've been having to deal with is this YouTube stuff, and the constant, ever-changing, I guess attack, or if you will, censorship of YouTube, and trying to re-guide and redirect what we feel would be best for this channel and our subscribers in light of, in the future where YouTube is going, what it's going to become. But before we get into that, Johnny, I know that you said you wanted to mention a few things about yourself, like what you've been up to. I'll mention what I've been up to, and then we'll get into the meat and bones of this thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like basically, yeah. I have been spending some time like over at my cousins and stuff, and for Thanksgiving, and I also had to take a test for basically a spiritual project that I've been working on that I'm currently involved in, and it's part of a training that I'm going through. I'll reveal all that later. Some people know what I'm doing, but I'm not going to get too deep into that right now. And also at the same time, I've been working on a synthesizer studio so that I can create soundtracks mainly for our channel and different types of musical projects and things that I could put out online and maybe release it into other formats. I am working with Element on that as well, and that's taken some time and quite a bit of money, but at the same time I've been delving into that kind of study as well. And of course, yes, I have been studying up more on esoteric and occult topics, as well as Gnosticism, as I always do. So none of that has changed.
Yeah, same here. I mean, our studies are ever growing process, and one thing that it does take a lot of energy out of us to do these videos, because we do put a whole entire focus into this thing when we're on, and finding the subjects, which I'll kind of jump around here. This is many different things to go over in a short time here, but one of the directions that we're going to be taking the channel in terms of content is going to be mainly through which we review. Our main forte, I guess you could say, is going to be movie reviews and all forms of media entertainment, pretty much, but strictly movie reviews and potentially gaming reviews. It just depends on that, and how that would go. I'd have to figure that out. I'd have to get into the specifics of something like that. These are all ideas that if we find something relevant to discuss in regards to esoteric information, then it will be put up. But mainly right now, movie reviews are kind of going to be our subspecialty, or our specialty, if you will. And our subspecialties would be things like, maybe current or relevant information retaining to things of the world, or things of that alike. And the reason why is because, first of all, movies present themselves, especially nowadays, they're transmitting a lot of information that's relevant in the esoteric world, in the occultic world, and also people do like movies, and it's also a way for the viewer, if you wanted to engage with us, in the sense that when we would do a movie review, or if you haven't seen the movie, you can actually go watch a movie and then come back and see a different perspective of what that movie is. And that allows us the ability to kind of add a next layer to this whole thing. And it's something that I enjoy. I know it's something that Johnny enjoys when we watch these movies, because there's so much information and things that just cannot be conveyed in reading a 150 or 3,000 page textbook. And that's boring for a lot of people. And so when we do these forms of movie reviews, it's much more entertaining, I think. And we enjoy it. I think the audience enjoys it. And more importantly, the information that's transmitted, we can actually show examples of some of the things that we discuss.
Right, we can do that through screenshots. Doubtfully video clips, because YouTube is so cracking down on the DMCA stuff right now that would be that could get our channel yanked real quick, and we don't want that to happen. But we do have a structured new template for how we're going to be doing this stuff, these reviews. Yes, they will be movie reviews, but they're not going to be movie reviews like you're going to see on, say, Count Jacula's channel, or Nick Spheres, or Horrible Reviews, or any of these other people that are reviewing movies. We're going to get down to the esoteric, the Gnostic, and even the paranormal nitty-gritty that goes behind all these films, in terms of what you see on the screen, what happens off screen as well. And we have to do quite a bit of research to make that happen. But yes, Element and I are pretty good detectives, and we're able to, get a hold from our personal channels, our personal information channels, some of this kind of information. And we'd be more than happy to expose it and share that expose with all of you.
Yeah. And, there's also, we were, Johnny and I had done a movie review about a certain movie, which I'm not going to reveal because it would kind of take the fun out of it. But actually, I mean, it won't matter. We did a movie review of the movie Hereditary, and as Johnny said, and as what we were discussing behind the scenes, we were trying to work out a new format, which we're going to be working through here in the next week to make sure that it's up to par. Because the one thing is, yes, people, we don't, over the last month or two, we haven't been putting up regular videos because we want to provide quality, not quantity. That's one thing that we want to take into consideration, because like Johnny said, we're not going to be a Count, what is the guy? Count Dracula.
Oh, Count Jacula, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's not going to be like a goofy movie review thing where it's all fun and light. Now, this is kind of very serious, and we want to do a really good job analyzing the movies. And that's why we believe that we want to do something of quality, and we want to do it well so that people enjoy it, not something that's just a throw-by-night, something to watch because you're bored. I mean, you can do that if you want. That's, we're not going to be offended, but the for us and for what our goals and aspirations are for the channel is that we want to do something of quality. We don't want to just do something just out of the blue, and that's
and also regular followers of us who have been with this channel from the get-go, we may be doing some revisiting of movies we had reviewed earlier in this new format, just because we feel that it's going to be able to drive that information home and disseminate that information into your into your knowledge, so that you're able to more easily take those parcels of knowledge and hopefully convert them into wisdom. That would be great, and but whether or not you do is all up to you.
Yes, and also another thing I want to bring up real quick is the other platforms. We do have BitChute. which I'll be figuring out what the best move on that would make in light of some recent developments. You know, of course, there's always going to be issues, but that's not a problem. But we do have a BitChute, and that is something that if something happens on this channel, I have not run a test on that to see whether or not we can actually upload clips and I can get away with it from movies. Even though I have seen people on YouTube that when I was looking into movie review stuff, people have uploaded clips of movies, but we don't want to take that chance. And you know,
those people may have paid for it too. I'm not really sure exactly how that works. How to license like X number of seconds for your YouTube channel from, say, a major motion picture. So
it might be an issue regarding just putting the proper rights or common rights to, I don't know, the life, what is it, the there's a specific terminology for it that I don't recall right now.
Oh, fair use?
Yeah, fair use rights. I don't know the proper, that's kind of a wishy-washy thing with fair use, which can be, it can be kind of an issue. If it's in the public domain, then it's fair use. It's available to all public, but when you're dealing with motion pictures, that's more of a private entity that deals with their own business. So that can be a little iffy. Even if you put the proper credits to them, they can still say, well, you didn't ask for permission. And so that can be, people do it and they do get away with it, but it's, even in my experience with that and legality of rights and stuff, it can still be a problem because people don't, it's very particular and very specific regarding what it is. But aside from that,
you know, yeah, the same thing also goes with music too. I mean, you could just have the sample of one tiny drum beat and it would just completely pull your channel down. And the sad thing is that with this new algorithm and YouTube's new AI technology that's just data mining through all these videos, they are going after the little guy, and you know, small potatoes like our channel, and that's just something that we need to be aware of. Which Element, what about this new development that's been going on with YouTube?
You talking about in regards to some of the channels and communities that we're a part of with the demonetization?
That's correct.
Yeah, so a lot of people that are familiar with the MGTOW scene and whatnot, there's a lot of demonetization and deplatforming that's happening there. It's always been something that's occurred, but it seems to be as of recent due to certain individuals that have gone public about certain things. It seems to be that either we pissed somebody off or they decided just to go ahead and clamp down on it because it was made aware thanks to, I guess, some people that decided to go public with it, that they now see us in the crosshairs there, and so a lot of demonetization is starting to happen with big and small channels, and not only that, but deplatforming mainly, which is something that's beginning to increase in intensity for that community specifically. And with BitChute, one thing that was one of the recent developments, which is why I have to take more consideration and as to what we should do with BitChute, is that Patreon has recently come out and said that and I don't know the specifics, I'm not completely knowledgeable on it yet, which I have to do some more research. Patreon is not very happy in terms of what's going on with BitChute. They have a feeling that they want to pull out monetization with BitChute, or specifically people that are on BitChute, Patreon doesn't like what some of the stuff is being said because they believe it violates their public image or something. So the point is that alternative platforms are a simple, safe house, if you will, and they're not going to be there permanently. They will be targets if enough people go over there, or even if not enough people go over there. The point is that the whole entire internet itself is changing its way of doing things. And it doesn't matter if you're on BitChute or not. The fact is you're on the internet, and the fact that because you're on the internet, they don't just have to regulate the specific websites. they can regulate your internet for you specifically. So this is not just a website issue; it's an internet global issue. That is the issue or the problem I see.
And you
So
know what? They're not just going after push button or hot topic channels like MGTOW. For instance, I like just for shits and giggles, I like to listen to creepypasta channels. Basically, they're internet campfire stories, and there really seems to be nothing, you know, completely abject about them. I mean, yeah, sure, they're scary and they might be kind of suspenseful and everything like that. The language is usually PG-13 at worst. I've only heard a couple of these stories that dropped an F-bomb or two, and I'm talking about like 1 out of 20 of them do that. And either way, these creators that are narrating these creepypastas are getting completely demonetized. And this has been happening concurrently with this big deplatforming and demonetization that's going on with channels that pertain to certain topics like MGTOW.
yeah. So those are things that we have taken the time, just in a long-term kind of a contingency plan, if you will. Johnny and I have been discussing, which is another reason why we've been away from making things and making videos is, we just want to make sure that, we're in this thing for the long term. And, the we don't want to invest our time into something that we haven't thought out completely. And that's what we also have been, away from the mic, trying to figure out what the best move would be. And I think we've, to the best of our ability, have made a good plan, not only to improve our quality of our channel, but as well as to come up with backup plans in case something happens. I have all of the videos of this channel saved to my hard drive, my external hard drive, and and so that is safe in case something does happen and we do need to upload. Now, in the future, of course, we will link our BitChute account, because if something does happen to this channel and we don't have the ability to log on to tell people what's going on because we have disappeared or this channel got deleted, you guys need the ability to go and find us somewhere and know what's going on. So I'll be linking our BitChute channel here soon in the next coming up weeks, once I get everything worked out that with Johnny. That way you guys know where to go in case something happens, and you can hear from us and know where we went in case something goes down. So for the channel, we're definitely going to be trying a new format. We are going to be focusing on movie reviews, because I think that's a good fun and informative thing to do, and everybody likes to watch movies, and also we enjoy movies, and so I think that would be a good thing. And I think that's one of the main specialties that from this point that what we'll be doing. We have tons of movies to go over. I mean, we have so much. It's not the content. We have plenty of material. It's just simply that we wanted to work out a better format that we believe is a little bit more polished and
Well, also, more digestible for our audience. And we have a lot of great movies that are going to be on the way. We definitely want to release Hereditary. A lot of you guys have been asking for Mother. We're going to do that. We are going to, like I said, revisit some of the movies that we've already watched, like probably The Matrix and Beyond the Black Rainbow. The Lego movie, we've got to do that. That's totally Gnostic. I think that'd be great for Christmas. I mean, there's just a whole slew of them. And the great thing about our channel and about movie reviews is that Hollywood keeps making them, and we'll keep reviewing them.
That's exactly right. Movies are timeless pieces of movies are basically just modern day hieroglyphics. In other words, I mean, the reason why we want to specialize in doing movie reviews is not just because we like them, and that I was in the business of media and Johnny was in the business of artwork and media. It's because movies, they pass the best way to pass any information is in a story form. Believe it or not, I get a lot of my information from watching movies, and people think that's ridiculous. I mean, but you don't understand. they pass a lot of very important information in movies because it's covered up in a story form and it's not obvious. And so if you know what to look for, then you're being shown things that otherwise you're not going to find on the mainstream news, which is why, and there's a visual story that is being shown of that information playing itself out. So it's almost like they've walked you into the back room showing you what's going on. And that's why I like movies so much, because they do illustrate and show the elements and aspects of this information in a story form for you to watch. It's like being pulled behind the back scene and saying, look, okay, this is how this works, this is how this works, except it's in a movie form if you know what you're looking at. So that's one of the reasons why we want to go down that road.
And also the great thing about our reviews too is that we are going to denature as best as we possibly can what is going on behind that subtext, behind that veil, that screen that you see. These movies are a lot deeper than you think they might be. Even if you think that you found some sort of hidden knowledge or some type of Easter egg, if you will, that's all it is. That's a breadcrumb to something much deeper down the rabbit hole. And we're going to try our best to expose that and let you know what's down that rabbit hole with each of these reviews.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I guess we should let people know what the schedule is going to kind of be for this channel. So Johnny and I next week will be working out the format to make sure everything's in line and how we like it, make sure that it's going to work the way we want it to work. That will be next week. So for next week, we probably will not be hosting a show. But the following one, we will be definitely putting up, we'll definitely be doing a movie review, more than likely. And we'll be planning our next, information there. Now, because of the new format, that's why I say possibly the week after next, we might do one, because we do want to take our time with this. So we want to make sure that when we watch these movies, we go through it thoroughly, and we want to make the quality much more polished. We want to do a good job. So ranking them out every single week is not only draining on us, but it's not really going to, we're not putting the attentiveness into it as much as we would like to, taking our time with it and making sure that not only in the editing booth, but also in our own analysis of it, that it's done properly. So with the schedule wise, I think Johnny and I had agreed that at least we will be doing twice a month, putting up videos. I know that you guys would want us to do that more, but I think at this point in time, because we want to do a good job, twice a month is definitely guaranteed, unless we die or there's a catastrophic nuclear accident. We will be definitely having content by then.
Yeah, and I think too that there won't be a regularly designated scheduled day that we're going to be posting them. So you're going to have to just subscribe. Even, I hate saying it, but bang the bell just so it'll let you know that we've released new content, because the reason we don't want to have a regularly scheduled program is because it helps keep the trolls away. It does kind of keep us under the radar of certain algorithms. And if we say something that might be controversial, and we will eventually, we don't want to get the entire channel yanked. We're demonetized. We've always been demonetized. We don't have a Patreon. We don't have a PayPal. We're not selling anything. We don't have any merchandise or anything like that. But, at least not yet. If we did ever try to make any kind of money off this channel, it'd be to make something that you could enjoy, that you could have, I don't know, a t-shirt or a coffee mug or a whoopee cushion. I don't know, whatever. But that would be it. That would be and that would not, of course, be anything that we would miss if that got yanked as well. So we're not really worried about that. And that's why we're not really afraid of BitChute either as a backup.
Yeah. So and also I just wanted to bring this to the attention. Our show we did on 9/11, when I posted that, some people in the comments were saying that they did not get a notification about it. It's probably because I had it unlisted until I was ready to post it. So what I will be doing is re-uploading that so for people to see it, so you'll have that and this show. But I did see the comments. I know that people were saying that they could not see that show.
This is going to make you laugh, man. I didn't get it. Not the co-host.
Yeah, so
I could not find that thing.
Yeah, so that I will be re-uploading that tonight. That way, you guys get that. So yeah, we do apologize about that. That's one problem with us. That's one problem that I have with keeping it listed, is that when I do unlist it, it's not notified that people get that video. I have to re-upload it so that people can see that it's been uploaded to the channel. So that will be fixed, and that will be done. That way people can watch that. So yeah, but other than that, that's kind of what's been going on with us. We're just simply moving some cards around and making things look a little bit better and working out some better formats for you guys and for us to do. And we want to keep this and the reason why we've taken so much time to do this is because we want it to, we want it to be for the long run. You know, we want to have a format, and we want to have a style and our material that will last, that we can do these reviews and not have to keep doing these updates and these interruptions. Hopefully this will be the last one, unless something happens as far as update wise, and we can continue the content as usual.
Well, the best meals are slow cooked, and that's what we're going to do.
So, we're going to slow cook this thing until it's disintegrated.
It's going to fall right off the bone.
Yeah. Johnny, is there anything else you want to bring up there?
No, I think we hit every nail flush into the board, and I'm really happy with the new direction that we're looking forward to. I hope all of you listening feel the same way as you see future transmissions from our channel. We do want to try to deliver the best for you guys. That's very important to us, and I guess basically the bottom line of this entire broadcast that we're having tonight is that we just want to try to create more focus onto each and every one of our productions. So that's what you're going to get. All right.
You're going to get it whether you like it or not. So yeah, thank you everybody for sticking around. We're not quitting. We're not going anywhere. And that's just why we've been absent. And, we're going to be coming out here and continuing. And now that the holidays, or at least one holiday, is over, we're entering in the next. We're now kind of going to be doing something new, a fresh start on that. And hopefully everything will be smooth sailing from that point forward. And so thank you guys for who still is subscribed. We do appreciate it, being patient with us in this time. And with that being said, Johnny, if there's anything else you want to say, I don't think so. I think I've got all my notes here checked off.
Yeah, I just want you all listening to have a good midnight. Bye now.
Bye-bye.